Hello everybody, welcome back to How to Build a B-1 Bomber. I made it back from Texas and man did I get some parts. Look at this. This is a linear servo I'm going to use to actuate my wings. It's 12 volt, 150 pounds of torque. And we got one for each side. And we had a little box made. Little power box. It takes a 12 volt battery, plugs in right there. This one plugs into your receiver, and this right here, this is a monitor. When these are working and if one of them should happen to get jammed up, the other one stops, and then so you know the wings won't get way out of shape. And then this is a reset switch, which will take them back to their fully extended position. That's a pretty cool little device right there. But I'm going to mount these on my bulkhead. I'll show you what I got going here. Butch gave me this drawing. This is pretty cool. You can see right here is how the real B-1s are mounted. That's my aluminum bulkhead. That's my fuel tank. That was a good idea. The people at Rockwell thought so too. But that's where it's mounted, and then it mounts to my main spar piece. It's going to mount up here in this front corner, and we'll have Dad make a big old hunk out of aluminum that kind of bends around that corner, just like they do. See, you can see right here, that's the piece they got it mounted to, and then it goes over there and mounts to that bulkhead. And that's going to work out really good. And we're sure coming together. And I got some other parts too. This is the mold, or actually the plug I'm going to use to make the bulkhead for that rear part. And I'm going to mold that up right quick this weekend so I can make one of them out of carbon fiber. We're going to make that a hunk. And then this is the part, Paul made this. This is the part that actually goes inside the elevator. And then I'm going to make a horn. I'm going to carve that carbon out to make a horn that will fit inside that little circle right there. Then we'll have the shaft come out. There's a little place right there for the rod to come out. And then we'll mount the servos directly to this. And this will all be carbon fiber. This will all be a thick hunk of carbon fiber. And this will go through it. All solid one piece, and that's a big old hunk of chrome moly steel right there. That's some tough stuff. But on the inside of this, we have, see how freely that turns? That turns really nice. And this will go right in there, and then our elevator piece, this will go inside our elevator. But we have ball bearings on the inside here. There's one there. There's one inside there. So that'll all be ball bearings, be real good movement. Now I'm going to show you how Paul made this. He made this on his mill. Okay? You guys can use this to make wing tubes too. So listen up and pay attention. You take a piece of aluminum, the size you want. Say for instance, this is your actual wing tube. Your wing aluminum tube that goes through your wing, and you want to make this carbon fiber tube. Well, you just take that, wax it up, and start piling your carbon fiber on there. See on the bottom, he's got like, probably 7-8 layers. And then you put that on there, and you wrap this carbon fiber around there. Then that rough looking stuff, that's kind of like carbon fiber strands. And you got to use gloves when you work with that, people. But he just resined it up and wrapped that all the way around there. Then you let that set up. And you're thinking, I know what you're thinking, well, how you get it off of there? What you do is you put this whole thing, once that resin is set up, put this whole thing in your freezer. And you let that thing freeze for, 30 minutes. Pop. Just pop right off. Just slicker than a slug on a wet rock. Pops right off of there. Well, that's what we got going there. And this is the parting plane. Butch already had that made for my bulkhead, my elevator mechanism. And then I got my elevator cut. Butch did that for me last week. That's why I had to run to Texas and get this. I still got a lot of work to do to it. I just got a little bend here, so I can't just put that solid piece of ball, so I'm going to have to cap strip that, you know, with 1/8 inch. Put me a tip on there, put me a trailing edge, and prime that up. I got my rudder, and so I can get that done. But first of all, I'm going to lay up fuselage. I got my rear piece back from Butch because I had to leave that with him so he can make that mold for that spar or that bulkhead, and that's going to sit right inside here. But that piece he made fits perfect. It's really cool. And got me some foam. I'm going to make my gas tank. I'm probably going to get on that right away so I could have that piece all ready. And it's a pretty good trip to Texas, though. Me and Butch had fun. I drove up there Friday, and I got there about 7 o'clock, and Butch was ready to go out, man, and have a good old time. So we went out and we hit the town, and I want to tell you something. My hat's off to them people in Dallas. Whew, they sure know how to throw the party down. We had a good old time, and then I kind of drove back yesterday with a wee bit of a hangover. Not bad, but we sure had fun. All right, Butch. But, hey, I got another message for Paul. Paul, when you notice your airplane's missing, don't sweat it, brother. I got it over here. This is that 105 Thunder Chief I've been telling you guys about. Whoo, doggy. Look at that bad boy. And see, I'm going to squirt a couple shots of primer on there. The fuselage is about ready to mold. But I'm going to hold off for a while. I might do a little bit of glassing when I'm glassing that other stuff and get these winglets. See the ducks in the 105? See where they're at? That's pretty cool. Butch has got Paul has got the landing gear made for this. They are sweet because the angle they are, when they retract, they got to twist just a little bit. Not like a Corsair. They don't go no quarter turn or nothing. Just about 10 degrees. They got to rotate because of the angle that they're in the wing. Oh, they're sweet. But he's got them done. Well, I think he's still got to do the nose gear. But now that he sees this over here, he might light that fire a little bit after he gets all my parts made. That's the catch. Got to make my parts first, Paul. But he's about done. Old Paul's been jamming over there. And I hear his father-in-law's sick. And Paul, you got my best wishes for your father-in-law. And hats off to you guys down there in Texas. And I'm about ready to start rolling. Got my garage all cleaned out. That's my buddy Dave's trailer. He brought it over, let me use it. We filled that thing up. That's just junk out of my garage. That's why I got so much room now. But we're fixing to start rolling, people. I got me a roll of carbon fiber here, because that back piece, that's going to be solid carbon fiber. We do not want anything back there failing. You know, because anything fails in this airplane, and it's going to go in, and it's going to go in hard, and we don't want that happening. So we might be going a little bit overkill on this, folks, but we'd rather go way over than a wee bit under. You know what I mean? We ain't too worried about the weight. We got the engines to handle it, so we're just going to make this thing just as bulletproof as we possibly can. But I got my fuselage mold all ready. That's what I'm going to be working on this week, folks. So give me a day or two to get everything set up, get this 105 put away, and we'll get rolling. And I'll hit you guys with a bunch of movies. But now we got the B-58 Hustler and the 105 Thunder Chief, because it was pretty close on y'all's comments on which ones you wanted me to do. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit both these things at the same time. The primer's going to be flying, and see if I can't get some help over here helping me sand these things. But then we might have another surprise for you too once this bomber's finished. I'm going to keep it a secret, but there's a couple people know what I'm talking about. But the rest of you guys, You're just going to have to wonder. The anticipation. Oh, what could it be? Just stay tuned. You'll find out. But we're going to keep rolling in the shop. And I sure appreciate everybody's support. I want to give a shout out to all my buddies there in Chile. And everyone else, Australia. I know you guys are watching. Tony, what's up, brother? And we're all brothers. We're all connected. We all love these airplanes. We all want to see them fly. And it's going to happen. Stay tuned, and you will see. But until then, I'm going to be hard at it. You know where I'm going to be? I'm going to be right here in the shop.